Salutations, everybody! My name is Monkey Shrapnel from the Guys Who Play Games. Back with some more Final Fantasy IX in depth. And I'm not really sure. Well, okay, there's two things I plan on doing today. One is I'm gonna go over to Lindblom first of all, because I forgot there is one thing to do there. So I might as well do it. And other than that, though, I'm probably just gonna run around the world map and fight stuff. Because I want to show there's so many things still, niche things that I've been wanting to show up forever, but there's just never a good opportunity to do it. And like, despite how long I've been playing the game, frankly speaking, the game just isn't long enough to organically do everything. You know, sometimes you're just gonna run out of time to do everything. Like, the game is, it's kind of funny that for as long as the game is, it almost feels like it is still kind of designed with multiple playthroughs in mind, because, like, if you're playing like I am, for an LP format where I'm, like, picking and choosing my teammates all the time, you're gonna inevitably kind of just run out of time to like, whatchamacallit, like, to do stuff, because every party member has their own unique thing going on, and, like, you just, you know, if you're picking and choosing constantly, swapping out all the time, you just don't get enough time to do it all. Anyways, we're gonna go to the theater district here. The upstairs platform is for disembarking only. Go through this very lengthy animation. I guess this will be a good opportunity to talk to everyone here anyways, because there might be new dialogue here too, because there's a couple of people I swear were talking about, like, current events, so maybe? I guess we'll see here. I mean, the Burmesians aren't here anymore. Why are you so good at card games? I want to get better too. You need to keep using rare cards to get better at the card game. Take me under your wing. An apprentice, eh? Always trust your instincts. Do you like card games too? I'm his first apprentice. You're gonna have to wait your turn. Wait, is this the guy, or is this a different card freak? I'll beat you down, man. That's pretty good. There's mist outside again. Some people don't like it, but I'm glad, because my series on the mist wasn't done yet. Fair enough. So the business district seems to be pretty much the same, but I guess this district is a little different. Anyways. They're gone. Where'd they go? Where's Cinna and Marcus? Let's go look. Yeah. There's our sweet theater ship, spinning around. But yeah, there's this little cutscene where you can see Bonero and Zanero just kind of hanging out. Actually, there is one other place I might as well go check out quickly. Go. And the card freak man reminded me of it. I wonder if those chests get refilled in disc 4. Guess we'll see. Oh, right, yeah, I don't talk to the guy. Should I spoil the thing? Because I don't even know if I'm gonna... Well, I mean, I will do it, but it's like, man... Alright, so basically, in a nutshell, there's a fairly obscure side quest on disc 4. It's like the Nero family reunion, or whatever it's called. And basically what it is that there is one more place to go, and like, I've been avoiding it mostly just to play coy, but there's one final dungeon to do in this game. And basically, as you run through the dungeon, every time you see a cutscene, it triggers a flag. Basically, oh, there's this card freak, I guess. But basically, in a nutshell, as you progress through the final dungeon, every time you see like a new cutscene, you can run back all the way to Limblom to the clock tower, and you'll get a new cutscene from one of the Gennaro brothers. The Nero brothers, I should just say. And if you do the whole thing, you get a new item, basically. Or like I shouldn't say a new item, but you get a reward for it. And frankly, the reward I don't think is really worth it, even though it is actually quite a good reward. But it's such a tedious quest, and like the item you get isn't something that's like, you know, it's not exactly a must-have, I would say. It is quite nice, but like it's a very tedious quest. It's tedious in a funny way because it's so stupid. Because like I don't know how to put it other than just like it's so dumb. But that's how it goes. And it's fairly obscure because it wasn't even known in English communities for a long time. Because the main way you'd find out is that the game came with an instruction, or I should say there was an official strategy guide sold with that you could buy. It wasn't. I don't even know if it was sold with the game. I don't have it. I don't know anything about it other than the only thing I know about it is that it's sort of infamously bad as a strategy guide, because half the time the strategy guide just tells you to go to the website, because it was sort of trying to just sell the website, I guess. So that's kind of why it's kind of goofy. But that's how it goes. And basically English-speaking communities just didn't know about it because, like, how could you? It requires such a specific, hyper specific set of like things to do. You have to go. First of all, you have to trigger it by going to the clock tower, and then you have to keep going back and forth. And like it, once you figure out that there's something happening from going back and forth, you would probably eventually figure it out. But it only triggers every time you see a cutscene, so you have to like go back and forth anyways. Sure, I guess we'll do this right now. So this is something I've been wanting to show up for quite a while. So Aiko, she can equip the Phoenix painting, which gives her some stuff, and we showed off that the Maiden Prayer will, you know, turn Aiko's Fenrir summon into a new summon. It turns into a wind elemental version of the same spell with, you know, it's a little stronger, and also being wind elemental is just very effective. Hello, Hecdies. That is a back attack, okay. That's not fun. I should have equipped everyone to be immune to sleep. But I guess it's fine. So, just like with Fenrir, Carbuncle actually has the same thing going on. The description of Carbuncle does not change. However, equipping a handful of the... I guess I should say specifically equipping one of the limited jewels. Not one of the jewels you can get infinitely, but one of the limited ones, like Diamond, Emerald, and Moonstone specifically. Equipping one of those on Aiko will change Carbuncle into a different spell. In this case, we're getting Diamond Light. Comes with a different animation and a different effect. In this case, with a diamond, it inflicts Vanish on your entire party, which is actually quite good. You can't see, but it actually also inflicts Protect, because Carbuncle always inflicts Protect if it's the full animation like that. Vanish is obviously a very good status for against physical attacking monsters, because they cannot like hit you at all. And being vanished also makes it so that you cannot miss because it ignores their evasion. Oh wow. I guess Freya doesn't get to dance. We don't even get a different animation. We get the fancy slow scroll because nobody actually killed it because it killed itself. It's funny. Let me quickly equip everyone, I guess, for this because if I'm just running around here, I might as well. We don't really need a killer ability right now. I'll take Fleagill off. We'll put on Insomniac and I guess no. Insomniac and... Well, I mean, I guess Antibody, sure. And... keep clear-headed on her, I guess. I don't think we need to worry about body temperature right now, so... Guardian Mog is obviously very nice, but I have to actually remember I have it equipped, otherwise it doesn't really help because I'm just going to get rid of it. There. Because I don't know what the encounter rate is all over the world map, but there is one monster we haven't seen yet. I don't remember if you have to go into a forest to see it or not. But I guess I just wanted to show off that. So Diamond gives you Vanish. The Diamond one in particular is actually pretty good. I would say of the 4 options you can do, besides just not having anything equipped for Reflect, Diamond is definitely the best one because the other 2 just aren't very good. Like, at the very least, I would not say they're worth equipping an accessory that's not going to do anything for you. Which is kind of the problem, is that you have to use up Aiko's accessory slot on it, which is like, there's a lot of good accessories in this game. And for Fenrir, it was kind of worth it because wind is legitimately just a very good element in this game. So I can understand it if you're using Aiko. But the other ones just aren't all that good, frankly speaking. What are you gonna do, buddy? Absorb's no big deal. Anyways, so what do we have? I guess the Emerald, yeah, Emerald Light. So with the Emerald equipped, it also changes Carbuncle's model, as you can see here. You can see that the jewel in its head is green now. And like the animation is obviously green themed. But the Emerald is definitely the worst one, because it gives haste on your full party, which, you know, as I'm sure you're probably aware of by now if you haven't shit-talked it enough, but haste is just kind of terrible in this game because even if you're micromanaging, you know, your ATB with weight, the weight trick, you're just generally not going to get that many more turns out of it, and like it just wears off too fast a lot of the time. Like, it's kind of silly. Like, it's just not as good as you would want it to be, basically. Is kind of what it comes down to. Like, it is based on your spirit stats, so obviously as you know, at this point of the game, it should last a bit longer. But you can see Quina's already worn off because Quina has such a naturally low spirit stat. And you can see, like, we only got a couple turns in. Like, it just does not last long enough. Oh, someone's dying. Imagine if it was the heck dies twice in a row. Alright, that's okay. Give him the old full life. This guy's using a lot of Absorb this time. Well, that's fine. I believe, I'm not sure about Hectides actually, but the monster I'm looking for to show off is like a lot stronger than when we first saw it. I mean, these things are all undead, so, you know, if you're having trouble with them, you can just throw Phoenix Downs at them. This is also kind of just an excuse to AP farm a little, because otherwise, like, these characters are just going to do not much. I'm not sure what my party is going to be for the final dungeon yet. I'm going to run around with all of the party members right now, so... Or rather, I'm going to try to like get them all to like learn some, at least some things before we go into the final dungeon. So not still learning stuff as we're progressing through, but... Oh wait, I forgot to... Oops, I forgot to change the jewel. I mean, that's not a big deal, whatever. Oh, it's just another Hectides. What the heck is... Why is this guy everywhere now all of a sudden? Get out of here. Hey, you want to use Hypnotize? Now that we're all immune to sleep, he's only using his Absorb attack. I don't want to... I don't want to, whatchamacallit, like, use Flee, because we're kind of trying to, you know, not run out of money. Well, who's dying this time? Poor Zidane. Well... I guess I can just fish for something dumb. I don't know. Let's check out Frog Drop, because I caught some frogs off screen. Let's see how strong this is doing right now. Pretty good, 3,000 damage. Damn, dude, it's doing nothing but absorb. Look at you. This jerk. I guess while we're here, we can also check out Thievery's damage. I'll actually be a little weaker now because I have I took off the Ori Chalcon, which actually does boost speed, but still quite strong. Not a big difference. I'm sure you can see here, but Zidane is just... If you've been using one party the whole time, Zidane won't end up being too far ahead of everyone, but otherwise, yeah. Zidane just kind of naturally ends up way higher level than everyone. Been swapping it all. Anyways, well, I guess we'll slap on the Moonstone to check that one out. Yeah, that's like what we're doing. Alright. I guess I'll use a 10 quickly, too. I'm kind of keeping Quenna in the party, even though they don't really need to learn much else, because... Well, frankly, because Millionaire is just so nice. But we can check out Moonlight. Nah, it's a Malboro. What the heck? I guess we're just never gonna find that one guy, huh? Well, I can put this guy to sleep at least. And we'll get a final carbuncle going. Pearl Light. And it gets a nice white stone. These each count as a separate summon, which is why the first time you use it, you get the full animation, which is pretty nice. So Moonstone just inflicts Shell, of course. which that also means if you get the full animation, you get Shell Protect. So you essentially get Aiko's version of Mighty Guard, although it's still, I would say, not worth it, because once again, you're taking up an entire accessory slot, and if you're gonna, do that, why not just use Quenna's Mighty Guard? Just use Quenna instead of Aiko. Because then Quenna comes with a bunch of other utility stuff, like Auto Life and whatnot. And, like, Shell, like, most of the time, Reflect is just better than Shell anyways. Even if it's something you have to work around, because Reflect will just make you completely immune to magic. Of most kinds, anyways. There's not that many things in this game that do magic damage and will, like, pierce through Reflect. And even the things that do tend to kind of just not care about Shell anyways. Well, I guess that's not actually true, is it? But, well, I guess we can Twister this guy and do all this stuff. We'll take him down, boys. I don't think he's gonna live this. Oh, he got petrified! Nice. I'll take it. We still haven't seen the last guy, though. I don't know why. There's one monster that shows up all over the world map, and usually you see it pretty often, yet for some reason I'm just not seeing it at all. Classic me, that's my luck. I guess, speaking of which, that the Diamond, Emerald, and Moonstone being in limited quantity is probably on purpose then, because otherwise, what are the chances that all of the jewels that boost Aiko's summons are the, the jewels that are in limited, quantity? And the ruby, which sort of falls into that category too, because the thing is that Carbuncle is like the only spell of Aiko's that doesn't get boosted in some way by, like, getting, like, it's not boosted in any way by, like, some other source. It's just whatever jewel is equipped, otherwise it's just defaults to ruby. Because, Sapphires will boost Fenrir's damage, and then Phoenix's damage doesn't get boosted, but it has the Phoenix Pinion mechanic, and then Medina is based on Aiko's levels, so it scales in that way, but Carbuncle just doesn't care about that stuff. Because we'll put the Angel Earrings back on. Alright, well, I don't really know where to go from here. You know what? Actually, I do have one idea. I'm gonna throw down a quick safety save here to make sure that because we might die, but I want to show off one thing that's been sitting around waiting for us for a while. So why not? First of all, let's heal everyone, just in case we actually do somehow live, but, alright. Also, does Freya have high jump equipped? Yes, there we go. Slap that on her. So, we went to this island one time with a gold chocobo, but, we didn't go to it ever, actually fight stuff on the island. So before you get the Invincible, the only way to get to this island is with a gold chocobo, but once you have the Invincible, you can just land here, because the Invincible can land on dirt. And, on, like, mountain, craggy passes and whatnot. So, I believe this area is called, what was it called, Lunar Island? Or is it Vile Island? Yeah, that's what it is, Vile Island. So, Vile Island actually has two notable encounters on it. So first of all, if you run around the grass a bit, I wonder which encounter we'll get. We got a bad encounter! So, the random encounters on this place are, they make grand dragons look like weaklings, let's put it like that. And it's a back attack, wow, I'm just dead. aren't I? So these are Yans. They're basically these little sheep-looking dudes. And they cast a wide array of nasty-ass spells. Like Comet that just does 6,000 damage. Wow. And they can also do that. Wow, okay. Let's get the hell out of here. They can do some nasty things. They can eject a party member, and like as you can say, they just do a ton of damage. They also inflict virus, so if you try to get experience off them, they can just restrict that completely. I just dropped a lot of money. I'm probably gonna reset after this because I just want to find the other encounter here. But you can find 1 to 3 Yans, and the triple Yan encounter is by far the best encounter in this game for generating experience. You get a ton of experience from a triple Yan encounter. However, the catch, of course, is that triple Yans are like the most dangerous random encounter in the game because they do just do a ton of damage to you. Like the funny thing is, at this point of the game, if you know what you're doing, Grand Dragons can actually be pretty freely dealt with because you can just equip Thunder Resistance gear and then just level 5 death with Quina and you'll kill him. But meanwhile, a triple Yan encounter... Another back attack?! A triple Yan encounter like this can just kind of wipe you. Because they just do a ton of damage. And Comet just, like, murks you. It does still have the 1 in 3 chance to miss, thankfully, so it's not that bad. It's just, most of the time, if it does hit, it's probably going to kill you. Uh-oh. I might not be making it past this encounter, boys. Funny enough, I mentioned, you know, Reflect generally being better, but these are one of the few things where Shell does help, because Shell will reduce the damage even though it otherwise pierces defense. Wow, okay. I think we're doomed, but if Quina lives, I can put them to sleep. Oh, well, unfortunate. 9,000 damage! I'm trying to reset here. Okay, thank you. You can see, yeah, even with max stats, they can just kind of kill you. That's just how it goes. But, I want, there's another encounter you can get there that I want to show off, and of course, just my luck. It seems I've, you know, getting bad luck. Just my luck, bad luck. Let's sum it up as that. It is worth noting that the encounter I'm talking about, you know, just to give you a hint if you aren't already hyper aware of what I'm talking about, but the encounter I'm talking about is only in the forest, obviously. For obvious reasons. Obviously, you know, obviously it's only in the obvious forest. Have I said obviously enough? Because I have no vocabulary at times. My vernacular kind of sucks if I'm... Well, you know what? My vernacular sucks because I can't ever intentionally say new words. I can say random stuff all the time and just suddenly say like the most random obscure word, but then like, I'm not doing it on purpose. It just kind of comes out of my word hole. Anyways, yes, there's a friendly monster in this forest. The Friendly Yan! However, if you haven't already encountered all the other friendly monsters, he'll hit you with, "Have you met the others?" and then just run away. So you cannot complete the friendly monster side quest without, you know, encountering all the other friendly side monsters. Because the Friendly Yan is the final friendly monster on this deadly, deadly island. And there's nowhere else to really go as far as whatchamacallit. Like, there's nowhere to encounter other... What am I trying to say? I don't even know. Let me look for some choco tracks here, because I just realized a good place I can go hang around now is... Actually, I might have already shown this off. Did I? Maybe I did. But we're going to go hang out on the cliff here. There's some tracks. I'm kind of zoning out. Did I already show off some of the new fields? Like, so he showed off the, like, right before we went to Terra, I made sure to quickly show off the mist, like, little cliffside appearance. But I think that exists for, like, I think if you do it now, it should also appear, it should appear as, like, the same thing, but it'll be misty now. I guess we'll see. There's also, like, the misty snow area, the misty, like, just regular craggy area. Like, all these areas that have mist that you couldn't get encountered on before. Like, you can see, looks a lot mistier. How am I getting back attacked again? What is going on here? I'm gonna slap initiative on someone, apparently. You sons of bitches. Stop back attacking me. I guess since I have Night, I might as well use it. I equipped Insomniac and everyone because the other monster we're trying to encounter can also put us to sleep, along with this guy who has decided to never put us to sleep again now that I've equipped sleep immunity. Because I guess that's just how it goes. Did that miss? Wow! That's insane! That's like a 5% chance. Well, at least he wasted his turn. Alright, fair enough. Do 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 do. Should add some boring commentary. He's used Absorb again in order to trance Ico at a point where it doesn't really matter because we could just end the fight anyways. But I guess I'll do this because I really hate his guts right now. So we're just gonna insta kill him instead of doing anything funny. I really do like Ico's trance with the wings becoming more prominent. It's a nice thing, and her horn becomes huge. What? What? But once again, the chance of that missing is so low. That's insane. That's it, I'm eating him. Unless life misses again, in which case there's not really much I can do about it. Yeesh. I guess that's one advantage Phoenix Downs have, is I don't believe Phoenix Downs can actually miss. They just usually don't kill, because they'll put them down to low HP. Hey, we got Cherry Blossom. That's good. We have yet to see the third mist monster that appears once the mist comes back, and apparently that's not changing anytime soon. We can take this comes with an initiative, but I think there's something else that can teach her initiative. The rubber suit teaches eye for eye. Which you can also get from the Kaiser Helm, which... I guess thinking about it, why do I not have that equipped then? There's gotta be something else that can teach her initiative though, right? I'm pretty sure... Does Steiner have it equipped? Here we go, the battle boots. So I won't worry about that. Instead, let's get... I guess let's slap the Holy Lance on her so we can finally get Dragon's Crest to learn too. What does she have left to learn? Frey gets a lot of abilities to learn in the late game. It's kind of funny. Yeah, like Dragon Breath. I always thought it was funny that Dragon Breath is the third ability in her list, but it's only learned from her final weapon, which I always thought was weird. It's like they changed what it did at some point and just didn't shuffle the list around, because out of the box, it's probably her easiest to use ability. But, I guess it's not that... I mean, it's not like it's a big deal or anything, it's just funny. Oh, wait. Okay, here's another new field we can show up, I guess. I'll move over here. To where the sun becomes really bright. Because even though the mist is covering the world map, it still happens. And now you get really bright, sunny looking areas. I wonder actually if the cliff is different here. I actually don't know that. Did I even see that? Maybe I missed that. Guess I'll find out in a second. So in this area where the sun is bright, is the cliff also bright? It is, so I probably missed this. But I mean, it would look pretty much the same as this, just, you know, less misty. Also, it's another Heck Dice. What the hell? And he's using Roulette. It's one of the more annoying random encounters too, because of the stupid Roulette spell they use. Unless you get lucky and they kill themselves, which, you know, does happen. So that's a field that I tried to see, and I still missed something, because yeah, there's a cliffside for the craggy area that's also sunny, because of course there is. There's so many random fields in this game for the world map, like, it kind of boggles the mind when you think about it. I don't think there's anything for the forest anyways, because I'm pretty sure the forest always looks the same, no matter what. But we'll run around this craggy area here. Where is that last mist monster? I swear, I don't think they're forest only. Well, I mean, okay, there's this guy too. I forgot this guy shows up around the area too. This Draco zombie. Uh-oh. What levels are we? Okay, the answer is not a bad level. Yeah, so they can still do their level 5 death. And I did mention all the way back that the ones on the overworld are a little different from the ones in the Aoife tree. They cast different spells. Or rather, they have different criteria for using their spells, I should say. But unlike some of the other monsters that are on the overworld, these guys are actually still very weak. So Freya's probably going to kill the shit out of this guy. Because they still have only like a little over like 2,000 HP. They don't get any more HP on the world map. For whatever reason, even though the other guy I'm trying to show up does. They do give 3 AP though, which is quite nice. So AP farming in the mist is not that bad. Because pretty much everything is giving triple digits at this point. Or triple digits. They're giving triple... I should say 3 AP. I don't know, I'm trying to say triple. And I guess we'll give her the Robe of Lords for now, so we can start learning Concentrate. And Gwenna doesn't really have anything else to learn at this point. Should I slap the... What's the power risk doing for Zidane? It's giving him more strength, but it's not really a big deal. I guess we'll throw down. I guess I'll use a tent while I'm here. Oh wait, no. I mean, I guess if I'm here, I guess I'll save if I have the menu open by accident. Whoopsie doodles. But let's actually use a tent. Okay, I'm gonna quickly look this up. Where do these guys show up? It just says Overworld Endgame, which like isn't very specific. Even like their specific location is mist-covered areas on the world map in the endgame. Like, gee, thanks. Let me look up Final Fantasy IX Forgotten Continent. Because I know there are some spots where they won't show up, and there are some spots where they will show up. Because even in the endgame, pretty specific about that. Well, apparently Draco zombies show up here 100% of the time. So that's something to keep in mind. In the evening grass, I should say. If you go to the grass in the evening area... Oh, wait. Does it change? No. There's a thing here that specifically says after Disc 4. I guess there's another monster here I forgot about. There's a couple random ones, like I would say the Worm Hydra from, whatchamacallit, the volcano I can't remember the name of. The Galug volcano, Mount Galug, can show up in a couple spots too. If we're on grass on the Forgotten Continent, it's always a Draco zombie here in the evening. Oh, apparently there's another one that can show up, but in the grass during the day, it's always a Draco zombie. In the evening, a certain other one will show up, but don't want to run into that right now. Can the guy I'm looking for even show up here? Oh, okay, he can show up near Ibsen's castle. But once again, if you're in the grass, it's always a Draco zombie. So I guess if you want to get AP without leveling up your characters too much, that's the place to go. You can also go to the forest near where Daggero is, and that'll always be either a Worm Hydra or the Gimme Cat that we've already seen. Man, look at all these. Let me look up the Lost Continent then. I'm kind of curious. Let's see here. Disc 4 will be Draco. I'm surprised Draco zombies show up in the ice place, but huh. Really? That is an odd enemy to show up. There are some weird encounters on Disc 4, I'll say. So you can actually find regular zombies near whatchamacallit? The place. I don't remember what it's called. Estogaza, right. I don't remember any location names right now. So on Disc 4, in the snowy area near Estogaza, there's a like about a 20% chance to run into a group of 3 zombies. Which, that's kind of a stand-up because I'm kind of shocked. I want to see, okay, is there a place where I can guarantee an encounter with the guy I want to see? I can say that Goblin Mages don't show up anymore, it looks like, once the mist comes back. Oh no, there's one place you can find Goblin Mages. It's in a completely different spot, though. It's near Medain Suri, actually, funny enough. It looks like one of the consistent things that there is nowhere I can go to find the monster I want to show off. Which is kind of unfortunate, because it means that there isn't really a place I can go. Like, there's not even a place where they show up more often, it seems like. There's a couple places I can go where that'll be only Hecdies or a Draco zombie, but it doesn't look like there's a place I can go that'll be the guy I want to see here specifically. Oh yeah! I totally forgot about this monster. You know, I'll show this off this part because I totally forgot this thing exists. What the heck? It looks like I might have to go to... Let's check the Mist Continent then. Continent FF9. I'm sorry I'm just Googling stuff during this, but like I'm actually curious at this point because it's like, wow. Every place I look, it's like it'll be about the same odds regardless of what I'm looking for, which is kind of annoying. If you're on the upper areas, it tends to be the weaker guys. Like, even on Disc 4, if you're on, like, the cities that are above the mist, it's mostly still, like, it'll be like a Draco zombie who's, you know, not that tough. But the guy I want to find just doesn't seem to appear anywhere commonly. At least not more common than, like, the Malboros and stuff, which is kind of annoying. It looks like the best place to go would actually be the right near Chocobo Forest, funny enough. Do 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 do. Yeah, because at least if I go near Chocobo Forest, it's just like Malboros and like the Iron Knights from way earlier, which are way easier to deal with, and I can run away from those. Do, boo, boo. Oh, actually, maybe the best place is, oh no, even then, man! That's ridiculous. They just want you to find Malboros everywhere. They have this fancy, well, it's not even a new monster, but, like, it's new-ish, because it's like a different version of the same monster, sort of. Alright, I'm wasting enough time as it is. Let's go back. Let's go find the funny enough new monster, quote unquote, that I haven't actually. I totally forgot this thing exists in this game, because it's only in one very specific spot, and it's not. But it is a spot we've been able to get to for quite a while. You've been able to get here since you've gotten the boat, but it's in an area where you don't tend to spend much time, so that's probably why. Makes sense. First, I'm going to go to Chocobo Forest, though, because I want to find this guy. Our new, or not new monster, but the monster that should be, like, it's the most common encounter there, so hopefully we find it, like God. You would think, but, you know, my luck and all that jazz. So near Chocobo Forest, the encounters here are Iron Knights, Malboros, and the most common one is a different guy, who hopefully we'll see fairly quickly. There they are, Mistodons! Unlike with the Draco zombies, these guys are, like I mentioned, a fair bit tougher right now. They have about They have more HP and their attacks are all just stronger. And they have new things to steal too and whatnot, but they also still use Mist. And unlike with before, this is something I do remember, which is that unlike before on the world map, they just use Mist randomly rather than it being like every couple turns as a counter. Do do do. We can, however, still put them to sleep, which I will go ahead and gladly do. See how much damage Freya does with her big jump. Come on, Freya. Boom! Almost 5,000. That's not with her strongest weapon, right? That's just with the Holy Lance, which is quite a bit weaker. This is something that Freya, like I mentioned, kind of suffers from in this game. Her weapons kind of fall off a bit in the end game. Like, Zidane has a weapon that has 100 power right now. Meanwhile, Freya's Holy Lance is only 66 or something like that, so it's just not that strong. Not that it's like weak or anything, but it's like it does stand out as like it could be stronger, you know. Ow, and Quinn is weak to fire, I think, because they have a robot, so that still does some damage. But yeah, I just wanted to show up that these guys show up all around the world map, but they're not as common as I thought they were, apparently. They only actually show up in like a few handful of locations. It's usually like in grassy areas or in like occasionally... Actually, yeah, just mostly grassy spots. But also not all grassy spots, because like on the Forgotten Continent, they don't seem to show up anywhere. And if you don't have... I forget what you get from eating them. What was it? Was it night? Or was it something else? I don't remember. Might have even been Angel Snack or something. I don't remember. But just wanted to show it off. So anyways, there is one place that we haven't ever encountered a monster that I kind of forgot about. Because if you run around there, otherwise you'll encounter the other monster that shows up, but that monster is a scripted encounter, right? So if you listen to what I'm saying, you might figure it out. I'm talking about the desert area over here. That I apparently just forgot you can get random encounters here. And there's just a monster we've never seen. You can get here as soon as you've gotten the boat, but it's a kind of an obscure encounter, I guess, because most people will probably just run up to one of the quicksand pits and then just immediately just go, oh, that's the encounter here, and then either you get into the desert palace or you don't. But there are actual sandworms here. You know, if you've played Final Fantasy VII, you know that this game loves these guys. But landworms in this game are this is the only place you encounter this dude. And I totally forgot this guy's even here. Unlike old Antlion, this guy's Sandstorm is just a non-elemental attack that does a little bit of damage, which is, not that strong. So I guess let's give him a chance to show up what he can do. I don't even remember what this guy does. I fought this guy, like, I can count on, like, one hand how many times I've ever fought these things. So I always forget they even exist. But they have Demi, which I guess stands out. Because it does mean that if you come here later, that, you know, they're doing still decent damage to you. Yeah. In a weird way, they're kind of cute in like one of those like weird, gross, cute ways. You know what I mean? Because they have like their tail is like weirdly furry for a worm. They do give 3 AP, so this is a great place to farm abilities if you want to just quickly kill them, because this is the only encounter here. So it's not the worst. I guess I'll slap the boots on her for initiative. So I think that's going to be it for today. Slap on the Glutton Drove, I guess. So what does Aiko get from the... She's already got that too, so... One is on their way, I guess, you know? Yeah, I guess that'll be it for today. I guess I'll just park this airship somewhere. Like, I don't know what we're gonna do next time, because... Honestly, I might just grind a little off screen, like learn everyone's abilities or something. At least of the current party, just so... show stuff off more. I'm just gonna save here. That's gonna be it for this part. See you guys later.